la calle con los ataques siguen.
Peace, y'all. Welcome to the Coven on the 100 ENT side. Today, the topic is: does art imitate life? With Mr. Wack 100 himself and the Queen R&B. With that being said, what up, though? How everybody doing today?
We good. How are you, Queen?
We're doing
I
great.
just want to say, Famous, you so motherfucking extra. The whole time we going, you doing shout outs and shit. Shut the fuck up.
Thank you. I didn't know what to say it.
Listen,
I'm like, what do you mean quiet, everyone?
I like if you don't stop pillow talking.
I'm letting you know the people out there, so niggas can't
finally somebody told him.
That's it.
Shit. Finally, somebody told him.
Nah, that's cool. I was just letting you know the people I've been, so niggas can't say,
You can do that in the
Famous
chat.
did
You
the
can do that in the
bullshit. That's
chat.
cool.
You can do that in the chat.
Anybody with a mod that you see up on the floor, quick announcement. We done grilled Famous. Famous, shut the hell up sometimes.
Yes,
you
ma'am.
talking all over the introduction and shit like that. No fucking decorum. Nigga, we understood the assignment.
Say less.
Anybody y'all do see new with a bean, 9 out of 10, I gave it to him. Let me double check. But everybody who got a bean right now is supposed to have a bean right now. Please do not touch the floor. Please don't do no weird shit. I don't got time for it. But the team is the team. We got new people in here. Yeah, I think that's the best course of action right now. Just blame Famous.
Hey, Slim, I'm used to it. I don't care. That shit don't bother me. I'm so used to it, that shit do not bother me, Slim. That's why I say what I did when I do it. So you can't blame me.
We gonna blame you regardless.
Hey, keep doing it.
Danny, I think we need to hear more organ. Yes.
Now, with that being said,
hold on. 1 second.
What?
1 second, man. Security breach. So, per Wack, Cam is not supposed to get modded on no stages until he says so. So, Mr. Cam, I'm gonna drop you until Wack says so. All right, no love lost, man. Where he at?
All right, y'all. Welcome to the Coven. Let me shout out the stage really quickly. Shout out to Mr. Famous. What up, though? Hey, Mixed Chicks. Mr. Eric. Mr. BJ. Miss Chosen. What up, though? Hey, Mr. Justin. What's up? Hey, F Gang. Mr. Alamo. Mr. JO. Mr. SGJ TV. What up, though? Mr. Drewby. Miss DVS. Mr. Oh, don't know how to pronounce your name. Mr. Nino. Hey, Miss Ebony. Clubhouse TV. Miss Sunshine. Mr. Loki. Mr. TG3. Miss Reese. Miss Youssef, aka Miss Danny. Please don't drop her. What's up, Mr. Eric? Mr. Bumpies. I don't know. Mr. Big, Miss AB. What up, baby? Hey, Miss Bridget. Mr. Mr. Luan. Hey, Miss Rosetta. Hey, Miss Jazz. Hey, baby.
Hey, baby.
I said Mr. Oh, Miss Luan. Miss Luan. Sorry, Miss Luan. I apologize.
Miss Luan,
Miss Rosetta.
But I got a Mr. Biggs is crazy.
Salute to A-Rod.
I
That's
didn't
a
see
name
the
you
Miss.
ain't
Hey,
you
Big
ain't know how to
Jules. I
say.
didn't know
That's
that was you.
A-Rod. A-Rod.
Hey, Jules.
No, hey.
Oh, sorry. I didn't know that was you. Hey, baby. Listen, y'all can wait till I get done. Hey, Miss Jazz. Hey, Mr. King Tay. Hey, Miss SS. Oh my God, I'm done, y'all. Sorry. Shout out to the whole entire stage.
Hey,
I lost my.
Empress.
Yeah. So we gonna run this topic. Shout out to the audio. Run that mermaid content real quick. We gonna get into does art imitate life, and we're gonna talk about mermaids at first. I don't know if Ms. Danny want to jump in really quickly before we get into the content, or if Mr. Drew want to jump in. Anyone want to ask any questions to the stage before we play that clip? Let's get it. What do y'all think about mermaids? What's your thoughts on them? And also sirens. Yes, that's the topic that we're talking about first, and then we're gonna run this clip really quick.
Oh, what's the
I think
origin of
mermaids are
mermaids?
black.
What's the origin of mermaids? Do y'all know?
Are we talking about the
Well,
sirens?
Yes,
I
sir.
believe that I believe the origin comes from Mama Wata, which is an Orisha, an African Orisha. And I believe that I don't want to say colonizers, but the European people have twisted it and made it into their own mythology. Excuse me.
If I'm not wrong, you said Mama Water. I think water and Orishas, that's like the ocean, like the ocean gods. If I'm not
Ain't
Yes, that's what
Orisha
I,
Osiris?
You're correct. But the Empress is
Orisha
right.
is the ocean god, right?
Yeah, and that
So Mama
predates like
Water is Mama Water.
essentially, and that predates a lot of the like sirens and mermaid stories of the Greek, because a lot of those stories like Empress said were remixed from African folklore.
But how about the Sumerian tablets? Do it
That
predate that?
that part,
let's talk
hell
about
no.
it.
Oh,
So look, I'm not trying to go too far, but I heard a story about the sailors who used to sail, and they used to look at the mermaids, and they had been on the ocean for so long that they thought that the I think they sea whales or like
The manatees.
the manatees, they thought that the manatees, because of their skeletal structure, they thought that those were mermaids because their skeletal structure was like my apologies, human skeletal structures. So they assumed that those were mermaids, but they were actually manatees.
Yeah, so I believe. Yeah, the stage is open for everybody.
If you okay, so where's Danny at? I think I already told Danny. I always thought I was a mermaid because I love the water. Even when I was one, my dad put me in the water and I could swim. I have the look.
Hell no.
Well, I just think that I that's why I live by the ocean. That's why I live here. I don't want to go back to Atlanta. I live by the ocean, literally. I love
so
it.
you think you're a
Bridget, I think
mermaid?
the most. Go ahead.
I was gonna say like so just from a quick Google because I wasn't sure how far it goes back, but the first stories, like one of the big significant stories about the manatees and the mermaids, was from Christopher Columbus and his journey over from Europe, and that was only 1493. So 1500s. So the stuff that Empress was talking about definitely predates that.
So I
Yeah,
would
so I
tell you.
think the story.
Go ahead.
Go ahead, Empress.
Go ahead.
No, I was saying I'm scared of like animals. Like I have a dog, but when I get to the ocean, I'm not scared of any of it. Like I don't even get bit by jellyfish. I don't get bit by, you know what I'm saying? I want them people. I want to swim with the dolphins. I'm not afraid. I'm not afraid when I'm out there. It's when I get back on land I'm more afraid.
Yeah, it's something that I wanted. And something I wanted to say to Mr. I think Mr. Famous and Mr. Campbell bring up. What they did was it wasn't. I don't know if it wasn't or was not. So I don't want to say it wasn't, but I know that they would do a trick allegedly where they would use their tail to pretend to be a bigger fish to lure them in. And then they would turn around. It would be like, mermaids are not as pretty as they depict them to be. Let's be clear. If you have to live in the water, you have gills and all types of stuff to live under the water. So just imagine what they really look like.
That's
Yeah,
man.
they ain't got no
Even to
coochies.
the
Yeah,
Even
that's what
tell
look,
it's.
them, Empress, they ain't got no coochies or nothing like that. It's weird. They weird.
I'll take a mermaid down.
there are seals and shit like that that when you swim when you out in the ocean boating and catching fish, they will come up on your boat. So back in the day, everything was different. It's not the same as it is now. So we know and we can identify all of these animals. Back then, you couldn't identify what the animals was because you didn't know what they was. So you give them certain names and you do certain things with those animals.
And they, a lot of it, like you said too, they didn't even catch a lot of these. So all of it was imagination. And they on the boat. A lot of these motherfuckers are sleep deprived, food deprived, so they probably seeing shit. And when you've been on the ocean for a long time without water, you start to get dehydrated because of the salt in the air. So you got to think about all that shit. Niggas was low key hallucinating when they was on these boats back.
Okay, so if you're saying that men were low key hallucinating, why do we cover up our feet? Why do little children cover up themselves at nighttime when they go to bed with their blankets and stuff?
My apologies. Can you repeat the
All
question,
kids can't be
please?
lying. All children can't be lying. I'm just saying, like they always say
Can
things that
you
go bump
repeat
in
the
the night,
question?
right? I, I'm just asking Mr. Cam why. That's all. I wasn't
I'm
necessarily
asking
having a
you.
real
That's what I was
Can you
gonna
repeat the
say.
question? I
Like,
didn't hear you. My apologies.
Please don't troll me. Please don't troll
No,
me.
I'm not trolling you.
So what I was saying,
I really want you to repeat the question. I didn't hear you.
right? So what I was saying was, why, if that's the case that everybody was hallucinating and none of these things are real, why do people feel like they see bumps in the night? Why do we have strange encounters and stuff like that?
Let me say this.
Oh,
We
I
didn't
ain't say
say
everything.
everybody. Go ahead, Karen. Go ahead.
Nah, yeah, I didn't say everything. I just specifically about that, like the sirens, the story of the sirens and Homer and the Odyssey and all that. That's where that started with Greek mythology. So that was like what 3rd century BC, I think. So like at that time, a lot of people, they're sailing the ocean, they're figuring out they don't know where half the shit is, and then they seeing shit on the ocean and they writing stories about it. And like even in the Odyssey, I believe there's no actual physical depiction of the sirens. So a lot of that shit evolved over.
So
All right.
hold on. No, this shit ain't start with Greek mythology.
That's what I said, Drew. Originally, I said it did not at all. They
Right,
remixed it,
right, right.
and how Miss Empress said, what was the ocean god that you had mentioned from African folklore?
Orisha
There we
Mamawati.
go.
Mamiwati is actually pronounced Mamiwati. Wata,
And
excuse
that
me,
means
Mamiwati.
Mama Water, and Orisha is the god of the ocean, a
Yes, we
female
said
god of the
yes.
ocean. No, I'm not saying you. I'm just speaking to Drewby. I'm letting him know that what I'm saying, what we was talking about.
Right, right. Yeah, because I was just listening to Cam, and if he was saying that it started but he
So,
cleared that up.
Empress,
He's
can you
saying that
do me a favor and repeat those names that you said and tell us exactly who they are?
Absolutely not. Mr. Eric, you ready to play that clip for the mermaid? I'll repeat as soon as we get done.
Shit.
That was fire. I ain't gonna
I didn't
lie.
give
That
you
was
FK,
fire as
you
permission to
hell.
talk.
stupid, FK.
That was fire as hell. Absolutely not was fire. That was fire.
You heard me, Empress? Could you put it up top?
Oh, I thought she sent you everything. Oh, man. Hold on 1 second. All right. Yeah.
hey, famous. Salute to the room.
Good morning, beautiful. How are you?
Finding yourself.
Immaculate.
Which one is this? Got it. I think this is. No,
This
that's
nigga
not
think
it.
he Billy D.
Z, stand
Williams.
down.
I don't think I'm nothing.
Right, Jen?
Z, come on, you gotta stop before I go crazy. Stop, Z.
I'm going to buy me a big mic. I lost mine. Bye.
All right.
Great topic. Empress, keep it going.
Oh hell no. I'm
Now this nigga
Who
Barry.
was
Now this
that,
nigga Barry
Bobby?
White.
That had to be Bobby,
man.
gang.
Between these two motherfuckers here.
Nah, that's my nigga right there, Slim. If it ain't Bubby, Pitbull, J.O., I don't know who
Man,
between
shut
y'all
your ass
niggas.
up, nigga.
Y'all niggas are diabolical, Slim.
You speaking on diabolical famous is crazy.
Hold on, I put the wrong.
All right,
Hold on
I'm
one
done.
second.
I'm on mute.
That's the second
Jazz,
one.
don't
It's,
start jazz because we're
Eric.
gonna get to talking about Herman.
Empress,
That's the
it's
second
on
one.
you, sis.
All right, right there, got it. Here you go. That's the first. I got it, Mr. Eric, up top. Sorry about that. I put the second one first. I'm sorry.
Around this area. Because some of our viewers or some of my followers are saying there's no Mami water. Tell us your personal encounter with Mami water in this vicinity, in this area. First of all, tell me your name and tell me your experience with Mami water.
So I'm particular.
Girl, okay, because I was about to say, what in the world?
Can somebody answer this question for me?
Yeah, what's up?
Why are you gay? Yo, that shit reminded me of the fucking interview. I swear to God. What the fuck was going? Okay, is Pepe here?
You said who?
Yeah, nah, I ain't here.
Oh, you didn't watch the interview. The guy was asking Pepe, why are you gay? You are gay.
And then I had the nerve to have it all loud up in my ears. I was like, Jesus.
I'm so sorry.
Nino, Rosetta did send me what you sent me. Well, was trying to get to me. I do have it.
Yeah, I was a little late. My bad.
I'm
My
gonna try
bad.
to slide it in. I'm gonna send it to Empress in a second. Just give me a minute. But
Yep,
Empress,
yep.
what you
Most
looking
of
for?
us.
Oh wait,
It's up
I think
top.
there we go. I think.
Most of us are fond of watching movies involving sirens. Sirens are half birds, half beautiful maidens. They have the power to draw men to them through their song. Sirens are believed to be dangerous creatures in some stories, like in Greek mythology. Curious enough to know what the real characteristics and behavior of sirens. In this video, we'll dig on the characteristics and where does sirens originate. You will also find out how these sirens use their power to kill sailors. A siren is a hybrid creature having the body of a bird and the head of a human in Greek mythology. Sirens have long been thought to be feminine. However, similar creatures with beards can be classified as either sirens or daemons. Sirens are dangerous creatures that reside on rocky islands and use their seductive singing to lure seafarers to their deaths. Sirens may kill in a variety of ways. Sailors are lured to visit them because of their haunting melody and attractive appearance. The sailors will dive into the ocean to pursue the siren, only to be dragged to the bottom of the sea or eaten by the sirens. Sirens were often used as a symbol for the dangerous temptation symbolized by women in Christian art of the medieval times. By the Hellenistic period, Greek images of sirens approximated the contemporary picture of mermaids as beautiful fish-tailed ladies, although the bird-like figures may still be found in art until the Byzantine period. The sirens are described as aquatic animals in a 9th century Byzantine Greek book, but as feathered beings in a 10th century Suda. The sirens of Greek mythology are also shown with a fish's tail rather than birds' legs in medieval Christian bestiaries. Many characteristics of ancient Greek sirens, such as their seductive and destructive temperament, were transmitted to mermaid beliefs throughout Europe. Mermaids were thought to have their own lovely song that might lead sailors to their doom, in legend throughout Europe. The first known mermaid legends are from Assyria and date back to 1000 BC. They relate the story of the goddess Atargatis, who fell in love with a mortal man. Tragically, she accidentally killed her partner and plunged into a lake, disguising herself as a fish in order to atone for her misdeeds. Despite her attempts, the seas were unable to conceal her exquisite beauty, and she preserved her human shape from the waist up while retaining her fishtail. According to Hellenized Syrian writer Lucian of Samosata, this story led to a stigma associated to eating fish in the region, since many believed the goddess could take the appearance of a fish. The Greeks referred to the mermaid goddess Atargatis as Turcato. Her metamorphosis and narrative may have had an impact on subsequent Greek portrayals of sirens as fish-tailed. Pliny the Elder, a Roman historian who lived in the 1st century AD, said that there had been several sightings of mermaids along the coast of Gaul. According to the ancient source, the governor of Gaul even wrote to Emperor Augustus about the problem, since several bodies of mermaids totally coated in scales had washed up along the coast. The sirens of Greek mythology initially appeared in Homer's Odyssey, where Homer provided no bodily descriptions and let the reader's imagination fill in the gaps. Apollonius of Rhodes depicted the sirens in Argonautica as being part lady and part bird. Sirens were frequently represented in art as human-headed birds from the 7th century BC. They were fated to perish if anybody survived their song, since they were the daughters of the river god Achelous and a muse. They hurled themselves into the water when Odysseus passed them by unarmed. The sirens' effort to entice Odysseus and his men as they passed on their way home to Ithaca after the Trojan War is one of their most famous myths. The famous Greek warrior was already well known for his quick brains and cunning, and he proved to be a considerably more difficult capture than the sirens' normal prey. Circe advised the hero to tie himself to his ship's mast so that he might hear the sirens' lovely song without being enticed to land, while the rest of his crew was rendered immune by plugging their ears with wax, and they all safely sailed on out of harm's way. To avoid confusion, let me give you a background of what really happened on the journey of Odysseus. Sirens first appear in the literary record in the Odyssey, which was written about 750 BCE in a chapter that is considerably shorter than you'd assume given the cultural importance of these magical singing animals. Odysseus, after being warned by the enchantress Circe of the danger posed by the sirens' music, advises his men to plug their ears with wax. But being inquisitive to a fault, he gets himself chained to the ship's mast, so he may listen without falling into the water. The sirens promise him tales of all that happened during the conflict at Troy and elsewhere. Entranced, he begs his comrades to free him. He yells, raves, and threatens, but it's all for naught. His crew continues sailing until the melody fades in the distance, thus saving his life. It was anticipated that the sirens would perish if any mortal heard them sing and lived to tell the tale. So once Odysseus passed them uninjured, disappointed by their humiliating loss, the sirens threw themselves into the sea and never disturbed anybody again. The sirens, according to Homer, dwelt on an island between Scylla and Charybdis, which was historically located in the Strait of Messina between Italy and Sicily. They waited for passing ships and tempted sailors to their doom with their wonderful
You can
songs.
end the clip. You can end
Indeed,
it.
the sirens' home island's meadows were thought to be continually piled with the decaying bodies of their unlucky victims. Homer only mentions 2 sirens, although subsequent writers frequently depict 3. Their
You're
ancestors are
gonna have to mute
variably
it because he
described
probably
as
walked
Gaia,
away.
Phorcys,
Okay.
Achelous, and
Can you
Styrum.
mute it for me? I don't know where he's at on the stage. Right, Miss Danny, you ready to talk about the sirens and how it relates to the video? I don't know if you can hear me. You have you're on stage still. Is she
Yeah, I
there?
can hear you. I thought it was interesting because he kind of said they were like birds. We're more familiar with like the aquatic type ones, but I do know there's this one story, like if you know the mythology story about like the angels versus the sirens, like in Greek mythology. I don't know if they were the angels, but it was the choir of angels who sing versus the sirens. And I guess like in that storyline, somehow, some way, what's her name? Y'all gonna fuck me with these names. Either which way, that's
You
in
talking
that
about a
version.
story
That's
with
how the
Medusa?
sirens, not Medusa. What's the one who governs spring? What's her name? Persephone's mother. What's her name? Fuck. I know it any other fucking time besides today. But anyway, close, but no, not Helena. Shit.
Who is it? It can't be Lilith.
No. Greek mythology. Come on, guys.
I ain't really.
Let me Google it real quick. Demeter. Thank you, Lotus. This is
But
why you
something-
wasn't supposed to drop yourself. Demeter. Yes. So she's the one who turned them into the winged creatures or whatever, right? And in that storyline, like they get their wings plucked and shit, like when they battle the angels or not Seraphim. Either which way, fuck it. You catch my drift. That's how, like, through history, I guess the change from them being like bird-like creatures to aquatic creatures kind of came about. But I don't know. What's your thoughts on the whole siren thing? I personally believe there's real life sirens in today's time. I don't believe they look like that, but I do believe there are some women, you know, they that. Like,
Interesting.
you ever look at a motherfucker? All right, so here's just my opinion, my theory, and then y'all can rabbit hole and go into y'all opinion on it. So you ever look at someone one day and like they're gorgeous as hell, or like you're like in almost like a trance state when they speak or whatever, and then one day like you snap out of it and you realize that bitch ugly as shit.
The pheromones wore
Hell
off.
yeah.
Like I feel like women like that. Like I feel like some people
That's a
have that
succubus.
zhuzh to them. I wouldn't necessarily say that.
They got a few
Right, and
demons on this floor.
and also you have to think about the like some singers. They're like, oh, she's not attractive, but I love her voice. I could not stop listening to her. That as well. Even though they may see them like not physically appealing as well,
What about
and they
great
feel like they're in a
singers?
trance. Yeah, that's what
That's
I was
what she's
saying. Great singers.
saying. Like the females who may not look the best, but their voice is amazing.
Mm-hmm.
I think that would be another example too, like of a modern day one.
Now I do got a question, right? Okay, so are y'all saying that these sirens can have sex?
Period.
Well, they gotta procreate
Yeah.
somehow.
Yeah.
What's
I heard somebody say they ain't got
succubus?
no pussy. So I mean, I'm trying to be a mermaid ain't
The
got a pussy.
sirens
So
are definitely the ones who are having sex with the sailors, bro.
But every siren's not a mermaid though.
The sirens are the ones who call the sailors to them. So while the sailors are on the boats, the sirens call the sailors to them.
right. Okay. So what's the okay, I'm just trying to bring it all together.
The sirens can also be a
Little
monster.
Mermaid is a siren. She's not a mermaid.
Okay, what's the origin of this? Can we attach it to something realistic?
These
We might need some
bitches that be
Louisiana niggas in
talking
here
and
because the
they
sirens are definitely in New Orleans.
All right, hold on, Mr. Famous.
Negative. We got
Mr.
pirates.
Druby. Mr. Druby, I think that what Miss Danny was saying was that we can relate it to our modern day as in art imitating life because we have real humans that imitate this behavior. If that makes any sense, you know, or like
No,
seeing, for
Empress,
instance,
I don't
like,
think they're imitating the behavior.
They got plenty
I
of
think
fishy
they're
bitches.
Well,
really.
they are.
I believe they're really that.
Oh my God.
You're not wrong,
You know what
Danny.
I
They
mean?
are really sirens. That
Y'all
compliment
like a
ain't separate.
succubus? Like a
They're doing
succubus,
what's in
Danny?
their blood.
No,
Yes,
that you
Miss
no,
Marty.
you're not understanding what I'm
That's
saying. So
different.
look,
They keep
all
talking
right,
about
let me
demons.
follow
Sex
me.
demons.
Follow me. You talking about a sex demon? That's not what I'm talking about. All right, so you know
Don't
how
listen to
like
him.
That's what y'all keep saying. Suck
I
All
feel
right,
like for
not
every
stop over talking
mythological.
Danny, really, because I know y'all hear her talking.
Stick a sock in it. Go ahead, Dan.
Too, shut up, nigga. Don't talk to
Y'all
Empress like
stop.
that, too. Leave her alone.
Oh my god.
Mental
All right,
illness is
so
real. Go ahead.
oh Lord Jesus. All right, so you know how like every story in mythology, I feel like there's a real life example to it. I don't believe it's made up shit. I think it comes from somewhere. So we was talking about this before. So vampires, you see that, you think fairy tales, you think the exaggerating shit, the Twilight niggas shine like diamonds and shit like that. The real life example to a vampire is just a cannibal. You get what I mean? That's the human realistic version to that. Shapeshifters, I feel like
But
that's
hold on,
spiritual.
they got Dracula. Dracula was a real person.
Right.
Right.
So what I'm
No,
saying is,
his
I
name
feel
was
like
Vladimir.
Famous.
It's not Dracula.
Yeah, what
So
I'm getting at though is for everything that we feel like is made up, I feel like there's a human example or tribe of it. We
Facts.
just expect a dramatic, cinematic version to it. You know what I'm saying?
Or is
Type
it
shit.
our imaginations run wild and we change what they actually saying?
No, I
You
don't
don't think
think
so?
it's. I don't think. I think like for the sake of a good movie or for the sake of a good book, they put the add-ons on it.
Right.
Or I believe through time, through genetics, it shifts a little bit. But I feel like they're real
I don't
to
know.
some extent.
I don't know, Daddy, because you just said that the vampires and the cannibals are related, or like that's what that is in this time. And I ain't seen no vampire eat no whole body. The
You ain't
cannibal
never met
niggas eat
Vladimir,
whole.
gang.
The cannibal niggas eat the whole body. The vampires, they just suck blood and hide from mirrors and garlic and steaks. So I
No, they suck
don't know if
blood
that's
and
the
turn
same.
you into one of them.
And they're dead too. No, like I said, I'm not.
A cannibal, it's no more
Right,
body
but
after that. They're
you're
doing you dirt.
listing the movie details versus the real life details. You get what I'm saying? Type
Right.
shit.
Danny, the
Right.
evil that's
Right.
within people is within people, right? Even when it comes to
Hmm.
dark art, magic, all that shit, a nigga can't hurt you unless he can put something in your body, right? So it's in you, it ain't on you. And the mythical shit, these niggas talking about mermaids and shit, that was metaphors of
So
some
you
other
don't believe
species,
in
right?
voodoo dolls too?
You
Listen,
know
like
he
I
believe
said,
in voodoo, bro. Why you
listen,
asking that?
listen. I just
I'm
told you,
talking
a
about the
nigga
doll.
can't do. Listen, a nigga can't do you nothing unless he
The
get you to
nigga
ingest
got
something.
one.
Everybody should
That's
believe
not
in
You know?
voodoo
true.
if you
You
put
don't
salt
gotta
on your
have
food.
You ain't
someone
gotta
Two
that's
ingest
does
it. You
not
gotta
do
feed
ingestible
to
to
shit.
him.
somebody. There is
All
up.
right.
What are you talking?
You
I
ain't gotta
do think
ingest
too,
nothing.
though, it has to be a belief of some extent, a
Oh
little
yeah, so
bit, maybe.
on
Once
the
you get in the
psyche side
motherfucker's
of it,
head, then I
listen,
feel
listen,
like you got it.
listen. Then it comes to the course of what you call a hypochondriac, right? A person that could tell themselves they're sick, right, and they feel sick. Yes, in cases a person could believe in something
You talking about like
or
a
their mind could.
placebo
No, that's
effect?
a water shot. Yeah, that's a fake shot. Yeah, but the
Right, but I'm talking about the
hypochondriac,
effect of it.
exactly right. A person that tells themselves, "Oh, I'm sick. Oh, I'm dying," and they're gonna feel that way, right? And nothing gonna be wrong with
Quick,
them.
nigga.
Excuse me,
To you
Ain't that
talking about
what
the
happened
Hardwick?
people? You talking about the people who not really injured and they pretend like they're injured. Like
Yeah,
if a
and
nigga
they
not
gotta
really
go to the
crippled.
hospital. They give them shit like placebos and shit, and tell, "Oh
Yes,
yeah, we
sir.
gave you a shot. You're gonna be all right." They just give you a stupid ass some salt water, saline the fuck out you. But I mean, yeah, as far as the psyche side, some people's psyche can lead them to different places. But far as like physically harming you, yeah, you gotta get close to you. They can put a root on your funk ass. You'll never shake back, boy.
Yeah, I was just gonna
And you'll
say, do
listen
you
to
want
it.
to do a test run real quick?
Pick somebody in here.
You
Me,
want to try it,
me.
Mm, mm,
Bumpy? I don't want to do you that.
I just don't think that it's real. Me personally, I don't think. I think that my energy ain't gonna give it. I'm like, I don't care about that shit.
You said what? Turn it into a what?
This DJ, you in the
That's
See,
closet.
movie shit.
now, see, Danny. Another thing is what you would call intuition. Now Bumpy don't sleep on that. You got people born with veils. You got people who born that just could see insight, right? So it's like dreams. That's premonitions. You remember, it's premeditated shit. A dream could definitely come true.
You know what
Now,
though? You want to know what's
well,
so crazy? Bumpy. I'll use you as an example. Remember when I first got over here or whatever, and you was like, "Oh my god, I don't believe in none of that. I don't believe in none of that." And at first, I was gonna play into your shit and prove it to you, but it came another way. It came through a dream with a message for you, and then that was your way of seeing, like, okay.
now you gotta watch that.
Somebody's homie
No,
died on everything. You called me
Remember, I had
that
to do
day.
that.
You called me and he's like, leave that nigga alone because that
I'm
nigga's
telling
homie
you,
just died.
pay
Because I was
attention
finna
to that
troll
shit
the
right
fuck
there.
out of nigga. Danny. I'm leaving alone.
Listen, Bumpy,
That's
You
your
more so
mind.
what
right.
I'm speaking about.
Okay,
Like,
because you
no, but
really
it had to
did that
come a
on the
different
set.
way.
You really did that. I
Listen,
believed you after that day.
listen, Bumpy. If and I know it'd be real, right? One day, my niece, we was on some bullshit, young, going out the door. Y'all going to jail? Shut your ass up. We went out there. What we did anyway. That was the first sign not to go do what we was doing. Nigga, we end up in jail. And I looked at my brother and said, "That fucking baby said we was going to jail. Huh? I'm gonna whip her ass as soon as I get home." But listen, if your mama call you, and You know, for real.
Grandma,
If your
any of
mama
them.
call you and tell you anybody, be careful, stay inside, and always watch yourself
Might as
around
well
your
stay
birthday.
your ass inside.
You might well go ahead and stay inside.
Hey, listen, on everything, you ain't never lied because if I would
I'm
have
telling you.
stayed my black ass in that house that night, I'd have never went to jail. My mom,
Every time
listen,
I've ever
my
been
mama
locked up,
didn't
my
even know
grandmother
I
told me
left
that
the
day, do
house.
not go outside and play
Listen,
with
That's
nobody.
I
intuition.
had just listen. I had just got that Patron bottle. I did not feel out feeling like driving around. I went to mom's pad. She fell asleep. She took a shower with me and she fell asleep. I was talking to y'all niggas. I got off the app, nigga. It got jiggy with what it got jiggy with, nigga. I go to jail. My mom tripping like, nigga. You know I wouldn't let you go if you feel me if I'd have known you was outside.
Bro,
Hey,
every time my
Todd.
grandmother ever told me don't go outside and do some shit, and I did it, I got locked up.
All right,
Wallahi.
pay
Hey,
attention.
Todd,
I'm gonna
I
say,
knew a nigga.
oh,
Hold
you
on,
know what's up. You Zool Pound too. You ain't gotta explain
I
nothing to
knew a
me.
nigga that had, the bees they be wearing
Mm-hmm.
around their neck. Yeah, man.
Come on,
His
them
mama told him
E5
to take.
bees. Those
What
E5.
you?
Yeah,
I'm gonna tell you, you gotta watch
his
Nigga,
mama
let
had
again,
the
brought him a
bro.
man
dream.
finish.
You
Those
gotta watch
are
Stop.
E5.
incense.
They ain't got
Damn.
nothing to
It's
do
not
with
always Aoife beads.
Nah, but his mama told him to take them off
Was
and
you
shit,
finished? Because I
right?
wanted to hear.
So he was saying to protect them and shit like that, man. I say about like a couple weeks later, that boy ended up getting shot and he died. I'm like, damn, that shit crazy because he had them bees on and shit.
Yeah, I mean, listen, bro. You gotta watch that sage and shit. You gotta know what you be doing, right? Like, we ain't gonna say we superstitious. It's just a way of life down here. Certain things you just don't do, right? The ground source, right? Incense you open your door for spirits. So I'm gonna tell you. Second
Nah,
of
that's
all,
facts
you ever
too.
know?
That's why I tell bitches who be hype
Oh
on
man, look,
sage,
Danny,
stop burning
listen,
that shit.
I learned
It's
that
yeah,
not
from
what
like,
you.
Danny.
Well, don't stop burning it, but it's not for what you think it's for.
Nah, real
Hey,
yeah.
talk.
Danny, I ain't gonna lie. I hate that shit.
You know
You
what people
got
don't
that shit
understand,
burning
Danny?
around. I'm not coming around you on
People
everything.
don't understand
That shit smell
channeling.
like heroin.
You can channel
You got.
certain
How do
things.
you know what heroin smell like?
because they do heroin. Why you
I
asking that
mean,
man what he
it ain't hard. All you gotta do is be around. They got a scent to it.
Right.
If you ever seen somebody smoke that shit,
Burnt
you'll know.
The
plastic.
low right is
It
crazy
smell
to
like
me.
burnt plastic.
No,
Now,
but
formaldehyde, that's the
you got to pay
PCP.
attention to how shit smells. Like if you're not intuitive like that, like and you just go off of Google or Instagram what the bitches tell you to
Mm-hmm.
be
I
doing,
don't
you
Google
be
too
doing a
much.
whole
Dude.
different shit than what you're trying to do. If you're trying to cleanse or whatever,
So look,
you could
Daddy,
tell if it's cleansing by the smell of it.
you know that one
Frankincense is
dream.
cleansing,
You know
not
that one
sage.
dream. You know that one dream you having, and you know something bad about to happen in the dream. You just be like, man, I'm sleeping and hop about that bitch. How you can wake yourself up out of dream?
Mm-hmm.
Man, that shit happen
See,
all
because
the
I think,
time, nigga.
yeah, I'm
niggas who
telling you, that's why
play
people
video games are more
you can't
clairvoyant
fall.
in they
In most
dreams.
cases, sometimes I had dreams, like like the trigger on the gun be so hard to squeeze, like the bitch don't want to work, or there's always some misfunction shit.
Nah, it
You hear
be
me?
fucked up when you get rich, nigga. When you become a millionaire,
Because
then
this
wake
shit
the
not real. Now I don't have shit like that. I be having realistic shit, but then this how I know. A lot of times I had dreams about niggas who ain't here no more, and we be on little missions or doing little shit, and I be like, this shit is
You'll
a
wake
meaning
yourself
behind this
up
shit.
because you'll remember in
Yeah,
the
I
dream
wake
that
myself up
nigga
because I
ain't
know
here
it's a
no more.
dream. Exactly. There you go.
Know
that
what you
shit for
talking
Yes,
about,
sure
sir.
done
man. I do
happened.
that shit every day.
I don't know, bro. I have
I
dreams,
sleep
brother,
black a
that just
lot though, but
always.
sometimes I do dream. And if
I
I
had them
call one
dreams.
of you niggas that I fuck with and tell you something, just take my advice.
Hold on, too. I think Drewby has something to say.
No, I was just gonna say when I be having them dreams, the bitches be realistic. Like I had one dream before I got my motherfucking divorce that I was in that. I had a dream.
Nigga,
I
you was
woke up.
married.
Yeah, I was married.
You
Damn, that's
can't
hard to
tell.
believe.
I was just about to say somebody
I'm
married.
crying.
He definitely was
Yeah.
married. That's why he be
You
saying the shit he
can't
be
tell.
saying
You
now,
don't
because
know
he
what a
ain't going through
broken
the
nigga
same
look
shit he
like.
went
Yo,
through
shut
before.
up,
You
Studio.
keep saying broken women. You don't know what a broken nigga look like. That nigga,
It all
you
makes
cannot
sense
put
now.
that nigga back together.
My
No,
bad,
he ain't. This
Juby.
is
Go
mine.
ahead. My bad.
No, I was just saying. No, I was saying, but I feel like dreams are real because like before I got my divorce, like I had a dream that I was in a room with a killer dog. And in the dream, I was trying to figure out, like, damn, okay, you know what I'm saying? Normally, my wife and this motherfucker, did this bitch eat my wife? Or, where my wife at? Come to find out, my wife was the motherfucking killer dog. You know what I mean? So, yeah, I believe the motherfucker. That's the only time I dream when something about to happen. You know what I'm saying?
That's
I
your
just,
inner. Your inner thought, right? Listen, the mind never, the body goes to rest, but the mind never goes to sleep, bro. So that's what I'm saying. Like, you know how you can watch something on TV, it could trigger you. It could be something that happened. It could be, it's a trauma, right? You just your mind is, you're overthinking, right? It's like a dream is like a form of anxiety too on the cool.
Todd, that's
Hey,
not
Danny,
always
let me ask
true.
you a question real quick,
His
if I
sounds like
can.
his was a premonition type dream, not a subconscious dream.
Uh-huh.
When you dream
It's
and you
different
go to
ones.
that place, there's different kinds of dreams you have. That's why you pay attention
That's
to
why I
you
started
and
off
how
with
you dream.
premonition.
Yeah.
Danny, if I can, I want to ask you a question because I'm
Hold on, there's
Claire,
a
but I
lady
don't
trying to
know
talk
which
real
Claire
quick.
I am. It's clairvoyant. What's
My
the
bad,
other
Tanya.
Claire?
Hold on,
Hold
fam.
on,
Tanya
famous.
trying to
Go ahead.
talk real quick. She don't talk a lot.
I was just saying that I heard that you dream, every night. You just don't remember.
No, sometimes you don't dream.
Some people do
And
remember they
normally when you
dreams.
don't dream, so the there's a theory to it. So the theory is when you dream, you're going into the shadow realm, right? Shadow realm being like Todd was saying, like your subconscious or whatever. That's why you have those fear-based dreams, anxiety-based dreams that are triggered by what's going on in your actual life. But if you're tapped in, like Fame was about to say with the clairs and shit like that, you normally get premonitions and spiritual dreams. Completely different from that. But
Don't
if
forget
you're
about
not
deja
dreaming at
vu.
all, deja vu
The one
happens
you,
too. I had
when
deja vu
you
earlier. It was crazy.
you're not even asleep,
So
right before your eyes.
But
before
hold
they
on, let me
call it
answer her
a
question
REM
though.
sleep. They call it a
There's
REM
different
sleep.
stages, but your different stages are the different places that you're going. But the theory is if you don't dream, that normally means there's something in your subconscious that you're afraid of. You're too scared to enter the shadow realm.
Oh, that's interesting.
You play a lot of video games as well. Like the video games will help you control your sleeps. Like you could control your dreams if you play video games before you go to sleep.
Okay, I can't do this, bro. We're not about to promote that video
Yo,
games
I'm telling you some
on
real
dream
shit.
control. Listen, I can only do so
I'm
much of this
telling you
shit
some
right
real
here,
shit,
bro.
man.
Watch all these movies.
Bro, you gonna tell me you gonna astral project next, bro?
If you play Grand Theft Auto for 5 hours before you
But
go to sleep,
everybody
you
can't
might
just
be able to
astral
control
project
your
either.
dream.
It's not something that everybody can just
Can
do.
I say something to
I
Bumpy?
don't know
But
about
I
that.
probably didn't even get to the
Can I say something
Danny.
to
Can we
Bumpy?
get to the Claire? Can
Bumpy.
you tell me which Claire
Hold
I
on,
am? Like
Hold on,
Claire, I know
famous.
clairvoyant.
I know,
I don't know the other Claires.
famous. I understand that you're excited about this, but calm down real quick, bro. We got a lot of women on the stage. We got a lot of people. I know it's
Yes,
dragons
sir. You got it. You got it.
and
All right, I'm gonna tell
sirens,
you,
Say less.
Bumpy.
Say less. I'm done.
We love you,
Prometheus,
famous. We
all of
love
it. We
you.
love you,
I'm done,
famous, but
brother.
you
I
can't.
love you. I'm
In
done.
the,
I'm done. You
but
got it.
Bumpy,
You got
in the
it.
Beehive, we can't talk about Dungeons and Dragons and all that stuff.
Yes, y'all can.
No, we can't.
Yes,
In
y'all
this room,
can.
no, we can't.
Bullshit.
In this room, no, we can't. No, you can't. Stop lying to you. Stop lying to us.
Hey,
Bridget
Bumpy,
funny
what
as
I'm
You
gonna
hell.
say
lied.
is,
One
Hold on, Miss Bridget ain't
motherfucking
done.
Bridget. Yo,
The way you
every
answer
time,
last night.
pause, Bridget, pause. I'm gonna give it right back. Famous, every time we give your raggedy ass a chance, this be the shit you doing that piss everybody off while we act like we don't know you. This right here. How the fuck you act like you don't hear Bridget talking?
my apologies. I'm done with it. My
And
apologies,
then you say
Bridget.
shit like
Thank
that and try to
God.
do the little puppy dog shit, bro. She talking and you gonna try to start a new conversation over what the fuck she saying. Decorum.
Yes, ma'am. Say less. It's over with.
Decorum.
It's over with.
I appreciate it. Thank you. Go back, Bridget.
So what I was trying to tell Bumpy, I understand. I understand y'all manly think. I get that, but we're in the coven right now. This is where dungeons, dragons, witches, everybody. So if that's not what you can't do that here. We get to talk about it.
What did I do?
No, but you was like, we ain't talking about no dungeons and dragons. Yes, we
didn't
are.
even.
This
I
the
didn't.
coven. We can talk about dungeons, dragons, witches, all that. We can talk about it right here.
Listen,
This is the
listen,
only place you
listen.
can talk about Dungeons and Dragons and witches.
Listen,
what you
you
gonna
know
do?
what?
Okay, so in the Beehive, you made it very clear yesterday
I didn't say
that
that y'all couldn't talk about.
we ain't watching Game of Thrones and that. Okay, well,
Why
right
is
here
it?
is
Hold
where
on,
we're at.
Miss Bridget. Why is it when I give an opposing end to you for me the dragon plans, y'all get so
No,
upset?
we're good.
I
I'm
would
good
listen.
on it.
Listen,
But
I would
look where
never.
you
I would
are.
never.
But
Listen.
look where you are.
Listen, but listen.
But
I
look
would
where you
never.
are.
Hold on, Miss
But
Bridget.
look where you are.
But Miss Bridget, I
But
would
look
never.
where you are.
I would never take that from you
run
guys.
This. Witches run this.
Miss Bridget, I would never
And
want
y'all
y'all
don't
to
believe
stop.
in witches? Some of y'all.
Miss Bridget, I would never
Okay,
want
I'll
you
leave.
guys.
Okay,
I would never
I'm
want
done.
you
I'm
guys
done.
to stop talking about it
I'm
because
done.
I have
I'm
too
out.
much fun talking about y'all about talking about it. I thrive and live off of you guys talking about stuff like this. It loads me up with so much more stuff to say. All of this little history and the sirens used to be birds. Yeah, now I get to go ahead and tell niggas you're a motherfucking liar. There ain't no sirens in the water, nigga. There are birds in the air because I just learned that. And then I'm gonna argue it. Thank you very much, Miss Bridget. I do appreciate your dragon
Anansi,
plans when
shut
they're
the
needed.
fuck up.
Yeah, so like I was trying to say, Miss, I'm gonna go ahead and list the clairs since it was brought up. So first you have clairvoyance, which is clear seeing. Then you have clairaudience, which is clear hearing. Then you have clear essence, excuse me, which is clear feeling. Clear recognition,
It's clear
which is clear
sentience for the
knowing.
feeling.
Thank you, I appreciate
And then there was
you.
clear reconnaissance.
Cognizance.
So if y'all know the clairs, y'all can list the clairs, and I'll just,
Yes,
I
ma'am.
appreciate you, Miss Andy.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you.
I know clarity and clear.
Now go ahead, Empress. Finish up. That was all of them?
No, it's 6 of them.
Go ahead. Because you probably named one I didn't know.
Clairliance and clairgustance, which is clear tasting and clear smelling. Clairgustance is clear tasting and clairliance is clear smelling. So all these things can be related to different things. Like you can smell your loved ones once they're gone, stuff like that. The ability to taste flavors that have no physical source and stuff like that. Recognize is the knowing. Of course, everybody already know that. The sentience already knows, like the ability to feel people's emotions and energies and sensations and stuff like that. You can pick up on it in the room. Like some people, like, oh, I walked in the room and I felt them mad at me. That's clear sentience. Excuse me. And it's also mixed with clear recognize as well. I feel like all of these is just blended in together because it can hit at any time. So
Don't
people say they don't
excuse
believe
yourself,
anything.
please.
Nigga, shut the...
You just get on my last freaking nerve.
Empress, pack this motherfucker out. Do what you gotta do.
Nah,
You begged and begged for a bean to only be an asshole.
Claire, I don't beg for nothing. Claircognizance, clairvoyance. What else you say? I'm trying to help you say the words the right way.
I said Google AI. That's what I
You don't
said.
have
Go
to
do
do
it
me
yourself.
like that.
Get somebody
Come on,
else to
man.
do it.
No, keep doing what you're doing. Don't do me like that.
all right, I'm trying to have this conversation with y'all, but my question is this: like, are y'all saying, based on the topic, like, are y'all saying that sirens are real, but we've changed the definition over a period of time?
I feel like, so if we're sticking back to that, hold on, before we get back to that, let me make sure. Empress, did you want to elaborate on the clairs? Like,
no, I want to go with Mr. Drewby's on because that was Mr. Famous question. So I'm okay with leaving that behind.
All right, we'll revisit